Hello everyone. So today we are continuing with the discussions from this text readings on Kerala, and I'm planning to work on a poem by K. Satchidanandan. I'm very sure that you must have heard the name of Satchidanandan sir. He's also a teacher like me of English literature. He's worked in colleges like KKTM College Pullute and then Christ College in Alakuda. But he's actually a kind of a what to say pride to all of us because he's one of those writers whose writings have been translated into so many languages, and he's also somebody who has got a lot of recognition and awards from not just India but rather on an international level, including that of the knighthood. And he has produced so much poetry and works which have made us think about the social different kinds of social scenarios in Kerala, and poetry or literature as a form of resistance is something that we have seen in most of his works. And he's also, borne many significant positions like that of the secretary to the Sahitya Academy, and I think he's one of the most notable writers and one of the most powerful translators also because he has brought to our knowledge many ideas and writings from different parts of the world through his translations. So I'm very sure that you'll be very interested in learning more about Satchidanand sir. There is a brief write-up in the introduction of the text, but I would recommend that you go and read more about Satchidanandan sir, and also, of course, try to find some more of his works so that his oeuvre of writing might actually interest you. And he's also spoken a lot about many significant political issues, not just in Kerala, but which are happening all over India, especially issues of marginalization, which has been brought out through creatively through poetry. So this particular poem was actually about the Kerala floods, which happened in 2018. I'm very sure that at least some of you may have been through this experience, and it could be something very personal for you people because the floods are something that we all experience together as members of the Kerala community. So this is a particular poem, a very special poem, which tries to communicate different aspects of the flood. Now, what is very peculiar about literature or art is that it actually tries to communicate a lot of subjective experiences. For example, the floods that happened in Kerala might have actually been just pieces of news, which other people may have read in newspapers from other places. But when a writer writes about these experiences in a creative and imaginative manner, it actually communicates the depth of these experiences, the depth of the kind of emotions that people go through while they have these kinds of experiences. It gets communicated in a very deep manner. I think that's why literature or poetry specifically is very important because it communicates, events in a more, what to say, imaginative, and in a way that it touches upon the emotional nuances of those experiences and events. So this is a poem about the Kerala floods of 2018. So let's go through the poem and try to understand it better. It's actually written in 5 parts. They're titled, the first part is titled As We Look On. It's a translation by Satchidanandan sir himself. Then the next title is The Boat, and then The Cat, and then The Slate, and finally The Slush, divided into different parts. It's actually written mostly in free verse, so you wouldn't find it difficult to understand the form of these poems. Without much further ado, let's delve into the poem. As we look on, the first part, as we look on, as we look on, as we observe, as we watch, the waters come in. That's what he intends. As we look on, water comes in like a long known neighbor, like a familiar friend or a neighbor, water rushes in. Through the gate to the courtyard. First, it's near the gate, then near the courtyard, and then from the steps to the corridor, and from the drawing room to the storeroom, without caring to announce its name. So, without self introducing, the water seems to be gradually climbing up, even forgetting that it's a river. Sorry, nowhere else to go, water crisply tells the awestruck people in the house. I'm really sorry, I don't have any other place to go, so I'm coming into your house. That's what the water says. Slowly, it enters the kitchen, devours whatever it sees. It quenches its hunger on whatever is there in the kitchen. Goes to the bedroom, stretches itself behind the door, left ajar, stretches itself, takes rest in the bedroom where the door is ajar. Then slowly it wakes up, straightens it back, and scares the residents with its exposed muscles. It starts showing its strength to the people inside the house. It starts scaring them. Water, initially, when there was a bit of water, we were not that scared. Then it started reaching our steps. Then it slightly started scaring us. Eventually, our bedrooms and hallways, everything was filled with water. That's what happened to us. So here again, that's what happened to the residents. It breaks fast on whatever it comes across. It devours whatever it sees on the way, touches the ceiling with its swollen belly. It eventually reached the ceiling until people in the house exclaim in fear, and it scares them till the people start exclaiming in fear. We shall leave. We shall leave our homes to somewhere safe. We move on to the next part, which is the boat. A sick mother, pregnant daughter, a son who looks after all at home, the members of the family. The rescue boat has space left only for one. So a rescue boat has come to save them. So there is only space left for just one person. So what do? The three quarrel among themselves. So they start fighting. But not to get into the boat. They don't fight to get into the boat or to decide who gets into the boat, but for the other to climb in. Each one is pushing the other. The pregnant woman and the sick mother and the son, they're all telling that you go, you save yourself. I'll do something about myself. So that's the kind of emotion that many people probably underwent during the floods. Tragedy makes human beings selfless and death fearless. So it is in times of such difficulties that we really understand that we human beings actually care a lot for the others, more than even our lives. The next one, the cat. The cat abandoned in the house. Everybody left. It's only the cat in the house. It saw fishes coming close. It saw water coming closer. The fishes tickling and laughing at him. The fishes seem to be making fun of him. Can praise laugh like this? The fish is supposed to be the prey to the cat. Can praise or victims laugh like this? But here, who actually is going to be the victim? We'll find out. And transience spread its net so far. What is transience? Something momentary, something which changes within a moment, a dramatic change that happens within a moment, something which we do not expect, but transiently it happens. So, transience, something that we did not expect to happen, has actually happened so quickly. When there is no branch or a wall to climb upon, even the cat becomes a philosopher. Now, the cat has nowhere to go. The cat doesn't have a tree to climb upon or a wall to find its way through. Even the cat becomes a philosopher. Even the cat starts reflecting on the depths of life, on the transience of life. Yes. Now the next one, slate. Next section, title, slate. Sitting under the water in the vacant house. So everybody's left. The slate is sitting under the water, submerged in the water in the vacant house. The child's slate remembered. The slate is remembering the history of evolution that lay hidden in the rock from which it was cut. Now, slate is the raw material for making slate is found from by digging the earth deeper and deeper. So, mostly slate has actually taken years and years to make itself into that kind of a material. So, years of evolution has taken for that piece of slate to come, and we used to make a writing board for a child. The words and sketches. So the slate is remembering its story of evolution. The words and sketches scrawled on its grey surface by tiny hands. So it also remembered all the words that small children wrote on it and the pictures that they drew in the slate. Now it is completely abandoned, all alone. Now the slate is thinking of creating a new universe within its four wooden frames. It is actually waiting for somebody to take it up and start creating a new universe on this. It dreams of a sky where letters rise like stars. It dreams of a day when children actually are able to go back to schools and start creating the future through their learning. So it's probably an image of hope. Let water recede, let the sun return. I will again be a part of the earth and thus of infinity. So let the water recede, let the water draw back, and let the sun return. And I, the slate, will be again part of the earth and thus of infinity. I will again get to be a part of the learning system, which will go on for years in the future, and I'll be part of learning, which will stay for infinity, till infinity. That's the part. And the next part is actually post flood, which is titled Slush. Slush means all the coagulated mud and dirt and water which you find after the floods, probably even inside our homes. The slush gathered in the house is full of turbid memories. So, this moist, muddy mixture which is there in the house is actually full of turbid, very opaque, very, what to say, coagulated memories. And now they're drying out, they're solid. Fields, paddy, pond, lily, the memories of all those very positive experiences that people have had. Blue flowers in the harvested fields. Children racing to gather flowers. Little flower baskets hanging from their necks. Parrots like flying green coral leaves. All those beautiful moments that were there probably when the flood was not there. All those celebrations and festivities, and almost all those beautiful experiences that people have had. Yellow butterflies as if on fire, the sight of seeing those yellow butterflies. The tranquil high noon of grazing cows, the beautiful sight of cows grazing. The dawn of men and bulls, and in the paddy fields people working, and animals like bulls working. Dark hands sowing seeds. The lean hands of rain, the lean hands of rain, the first fertile day of the earth. When earlier, when the rain used to be something which is very special. When raindrops fall, when the raindrops touch the soil, then small sprouts of green leaves start coming up. The green leaves actually represent a kind of positivity, represent hope. And it was during those first rains, the first drops of rain, the burnt out and exhausted earth actually turns the soil into slush. Slush was earlier a sign of positivity and hope, but here slush has actually become a kind of a turbid, kind of a scary memory, right? So these are some images which the poet draws about the flood that happened in Kerala. For many of us, still, it is actually a nightmare, the kind of experiences that the flood gave us. And probably the poem actually would help us revisit those memories. And now we have overcome all that and we have reached a better state of being. But even now we are scared. When the rains don't seem to stop, this fear actually creeps in once again, whether something will happen to us again. That apprehension is always there. Now, what happens in a poem is that these fears, these emotions that people undergo, somehow gets transferred into words, and the people who read actually get a glimpse of these experiences, even if they themselves have never gone through this kind of an experience. So that's probably the power of poetry and literature. So you people can go through the poem. And, it's a very simple poem. There is not much to actually elaborate upon. These are very simple images that probably will connect very easily to your mind. Okay, so I encourage you to go through the poem a couple of times, then it will be very clear to you. Yes, thank you.